coffee? I'm coming. Oh, where are you? Downstairs. Hello, this is my channel, the Buraki's UK. Today I'm going to show you how to make beans on toast. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a very popular dish from Ghana, which is called corned beef stew. Lots of my friends have been asking me, how do you make it? It sounds so nice. So yes, I thought I'll make a video and put it out there to share with all my fellow friends. Please enjoy. Okay, so here are the ingredients, all in order of how they're going to go in. We've got oil. Well, I'm using coconut oil, but vegetable oil is fine. Onions, sweet peppers, then in will go the hot chili powder, some tinned tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes as well, of course, but I'm taking a shortcut. Nutmeg, some Maggi cubes or Maggi cubes, I'm not sure how they're pronounced. Then in will go some tomato puree. And very last item will be the corned beef that goes in. So first of all, I'm going to peel and chop these onions. Right, next you're gonna wash and chop 2 sweet peppers, or 1 or none actually. You don't have to put sweet peppers at all into this dish, but I like to have a bit of vegetables so in my stew, so I'm gonna chop half of the red pepper and half of the yellow pepper. And just remove the seeds. Okay, so now I've got my saucepan on a low heat. Actually, I'll turn that up a bit more. There. And then I'm going to put my coconut oil in. And this coconut oil is flavourless. So I'm just checking to see if the oil is nice and hot. I think it is. Once it's hot, you're going to put in the chopped vegetables. We're going to start off with the onion. Is that hot enough? Yeah. So I'm going to add the onions in. and brown that off. Once the onions have browned off a bit, I'm then going to add in the sweet peppers and, well, yeah, the red pepper and the yellow pepper, I was meant to say. So put all of that in. And again, we're just going to cook that down a little with the onions. Just let it stew in there till the sweet peppers get slightly soft. Keep checking occasionally and stirring from time to time, just to make sure the bottom's not catching, burning. Then add the chili powder. You can put in as much or as little as you like. I don't like my food too spicy. Right, let's see how this is getting on. Oh, lovely. Okay, so that's cooked down slightly now. So I'm gonna add my chopped tomatoes in. And give that a stir. You can add in 1 or 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, doesn't really matter, or you can just top it up with a bit of water and let it cook down. Next I'm going to put the 3 Maggi cubes in, and I'm going to put them into this pestle and mortar here and just like bash it down till it's like a powder before I add it into the stew. I'm going to do this off camera because they're so fiddly to open. So I've got 3 Maggi cubes in the pestle and mortar, and I'm just going to bash it a little bit like this, just to break it up a bit before pouring it in. Now Maggi cubes are quite a salty, it's quite a salty stock cube, so I've not put any salt in here so far. I don't know if you've noticed, but the Maggi cubes should make this dish, just putting 3 of them in there should make this dish salty enough. And then of course the corned beef is quite salty as well, so you've got to take that into account. If it's still not salty enough for you, just add a bit of salt in at the end, but I'm trying to cut down on my salt, so I think this will be fine. I'm just going to add a bit of water in here and swish it around and put it into my stew. Not heaps of water, just a little bit, and then give it a stir, turn the heat up slightly, and leave this to simmer for between 5 and 10 minutes. Sorry, I forgot to mention as well, I'm just going to put some nutmeg in here. Not too much, just a bit. My mum always used to put nutmeg in the corned beef stew, but I've not seen anybody else do it. But just a bit, I would say, just enough to cover the tip of this spoon, because yeah, nutmeg is quite, oh bloody hell, just splashed tomato sauce all over my top. Nice. Yeah, be careful not to splash yourself, folks. But I have put some a bit of nutmeg in there. Stir it in. Cover, let simmer. Now I'm gonna add in some Napolina tomato puree. Any brand will do. Doesn't really matter. There, I've put in about a spoonful, a tablespoonful of tomato puree. Right, now, so as my tomato sauce is simmering over there, I'm going to prepare the yam, and then I'm going to do just boiled rice for Aaron, because he won't eat the yam. It's a pain in the ass, because it's just a pain in the ass, isn't it, when one person doesn't like something? So anyway, so yeah, this is yam. You can get this from any good like African supermarket, you know, or actually the Turkish food center. I bought this particular yam from the Turkish food center because I was in there about a month ago, and I bought some yam from in there, and it was so good. It was so delicious. And I think, you know, sometimes it's quite hard to find a good yam. So a yam is a bit like a potato. So like how you would have potatoes with stew, like in Ghana we would have this dish which is called Ampesi. Ampesi consists, I hope I've pronounced that right as well. I think my African accent is so crap right now, but yeah, there's a dish called Ampesi, and we will have the Ampesi consists of plantain, so like green plantain boiled, and yam. But I'm not using green plantain today, I'm just using the yam. And yeah, you would have your Ampesi with your corned beef stew, or consomme froye, which is spinach stew, or nkrumah froye, okra stew, or there are so many different types of stews. So yeah, the stew with the yam and the plantain as a whole is called Ampesi, but today I am just using yam to have it with, and Aaron is going to have the long grain rice. So I'm going to cut it in half just so you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like in the middle. And I'm going to show you how to peel it. Right, so this is quite a big yam, as you can see. I'm going to cut the end of it off, chop that bit away. I'm never quite sure how much exactly to cut off the end. I'll just cut a little bit more. And then I'm going to show you how I like to peel it, or not how I like to peel it, in Africa, how we peel the yam. So you just hold it in your left hand, or right hand if you're left-handed, and just get a sharp knife and just work your way down the yam like that and rotate. So down and rotate. And rotate and rotate, and just do this all the way around. Or if you don't feel comfortable holding it that way, you can hold your yam, put your yam on the chopping board and just slice down. Don't know if you can see that, just slice down the side like that. For me, this feels a lot more awkward. I'm so used to doing it the other way. Try and keep the knife as straight as possible, otherwise you'll get to the bottom. See the kind of strips I'm slicing off here? I'm not cutting into the actual yam too much. You don't want too much wastage. So anyway, I'm gonna peel these. I'll be back. I just also wanted to let you know that with the yams, there are all different varieties. You have cocoa yam, which it does taste slightly like coconutty, and it's quite purple in colour, and it's much smaller than this is. They come in, they're more like large, like jacket potato size, the cocoa yam, but that's really nice. And you can use it to eat with your stew, with your corned beef stew or any other stew, but in Ghana I don't think we really eat the cocoa yam with this dish, with Ampesi. I think the cocoa yam is usually used for pounding fufu and stuff like that. But back to like just this like kind of yam, like, you know how you would have all different varieties of potatoes, so you would know that a King Edward potato is different from a Maris Piper, and a Vivaldi is different from a King Edwards, and so on. You also have different varieties with the yam. So you have like puna yam, new yam, yellow yam, cocoa yam, as I mentioned before. So yeah, be careful of what yam you buy. Not that you have to be careful, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Food is food at the end of the day. But if you want to have a traditional, like, Ghanaian dish, this kind of yam with this hard, barkish kind of thing on the outside is what we generally eat in Ghana. So now I'm going to show you how to slice the yam. I suppose it doesn't overly matter how you slice it, but this is the kind of shape that we want to achieve. So cut the cylinder in half, and then cut and cut. So you don't want it too skinny, and you don't want it too fat either. I mean, if you cut it too skinny, it would just fall to pieces. So I'll just show you again. If you've got any bits like this, can you see that like little nook in there? I'll just cut it out like that. Again, I'll show you. Cut it in half, turn the half piece on its side, cut there, cut there. So here we go. Here is the yam, peeled, chopped, washed, and ready to be cooked. So I've just filled it with water, saucepan with water, just like how you would boil potatoes, really, to be honest. And just put a bit of salt on the top if you want, stick the lid on, and boil it for about 10 to 15 minutes. To be honest with you, I didn't have to show you any of the yam preparation at all, but I thought I'll throw it in there because my tomatoes and sweet peppers are simmering away on the cooker. So I thought I'll just show you this side, because obviously if you want a Ghanaian dish, you're gonna want to know what else goes with it, so what else you can eat with it. So there you go. So I'm now going to put in this corned beef. I've got one Exeter, one Princess, and one Tropical Sun. I've got 3 different brands. I just want to use up what I have because I had these lying around in the cupboard. But I love this brand. It's very tasty corned beef. So here the tomatoes have cooked down quite nicely, and oh god, that's so hot, bloody hell. And now I'm going to add the corned beef. Be careful not to splash yourself. So that's 1. I'm going to put the other 3 in and come back. So there, I've got the 3 tins of corned beef in my tomato sauce, and I'm just going to chop them into, not chop, break it down. Break the corned beef down into like some large pieces, but don't mash it up entirely. Well, you can do what you want with your corned beef stew, but I don't like to mash it down too much because as it's cooking, it's going to break down anyway. So I like to have a few large pieces in here rather than a big sloshy, mushy kind of thing. You know, this is not spaghetti bolognese we're doing here. It's corned beef stew. But to be honest with you, this is pretty much it. Once you put the corned beef in, you can stop cooking the stew at this point because it's already been cooking for a while. And you could just turn the heat off and just let all the flavours infuse. So that's what I'm going to do. In Ghana, we love eating these guys. They are so delicious. Yes, avocados. I'm sure all of you have seen an avocado at some point in your life. They are so yummy. But unfortunately, in the UK, the avocados are not the same quality as the ones in Ghana. In Ghana, they are so creamy and smooth and yummy. But hey, this is what I've got to work with. So traditionally with Ampesi, we will have like a side helping of avocado. So this is optional. If you don't like avocado, then don't have. But I'm gonna take the pip out. Ugh, get the pip off the knife, and then I'm gonna slice the avocado like so, and then get a spoon. Scrape the avocado out. Look at that. Put it on the plate. So here you have it. Here's the finished dish. Ampesi with corned beef stew and avocado. And here is your lordship's Aaron. He won't eat yam, so I've done his with rice. But of course, if you're a really fussy eater and you know you don't like rice or yam or potato, like, there's no reason why you can't have it with pasta or spaghetti as an alternative to bolognese. Yeah, put it on toast for all I care. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you got on with this dish, or if you've got any tips to give me on how I could improve on the quality of my video making, etc. But hey, please go easy. I've tried my best today and I think I've done quite well actually. So anyway, thanks for joining me on my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye. What, you starting beef with me, bruv? No, bruv. I only got corned beef.